John was brilliant at doing that. You know, he took all the mystery out of recording and made it something that you can enjoy just like playing, you know. I mean, up until that point, we'd never really had the opportunity to record to any degree that we were satisfied with, because it was always like, oh, well, you got a day here, go and do another song, you know, or here's 2.5 weeks to do the first album, which we didn't expect to do well anyway. So it was, everything was turned around when we did it, and he was the perfect guy for the job, really.
A lot of bands seem like they're going to houses these days, like they record.
Yeah.
I think the most important thing is to have fun and be relaxed in a studio, you know, and that's the thing, and it depends on the environment. Bands do different things too. Didn't Nine Inch Nails record in Charles Manson's old house or something like that? I mean, we wouldn't find that relaxing. Yeah, I think whatever it takes to relax, you know, to get a good atmosphere.
The most conducive period of recording was 2 weeks in the burning hot sunshine in the middle of an English summer, just outside Oxford, in a studio called the Manor. And it was like, you know, there's a swimming pool, and we're just basically pretty lazy people, really, when it comes down to it. And the idea of just sitting in the studio and not seeing daylight for days on end, it's just daft, you know, and all this expensive gear being everywhere. It's totally artificial, especially when you've been on tour, you've been travelling all the time, and then suddenly you're bunged in this little tiny dark box with loads of really expensive science stuff.
Well, I mean, the sunshine and the nice weather and the pool, even if you never go swimming or never go outside, just knowing that you can is going to be able to help.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah, too far now. So how much, I guess before you started doing that, had you worked much in the past with doing string arrangements, or?
No, that was a friend of mine from college I used to be in a band with, could play the violin, and John had a friend who was playing cello, and we were sitting there listening to Fake Plastic Trees, and it seemed like a kind of the only texture that would fit, that would you know, sit there. And John and I spent a whole day trying to find the most antagonistic notes we could get, so to pull, you know, what is essentially a really straight melody to bits, you know, really stretch it like catgut or something. And then we kind of got hooked on it, really, and started using it on other stuff.
Yeah. And is it the same? Is it as easy to tell those players, or give those players suggestions, as it would be, you know, where you're just guitars and bass and can say, oh, why don't you try this? Or do you have to sort of hum it along? Or can you
John's kind of musical, really, and he just sat there and go, and I'd, you know, I'd go, yeah, that one, and that one, and that one. And I'm going, okay. And he'd be sitting there writing it out. So it was he's musical, and he just gives it to them and transposes it, and he does all, you know, he's a proper musician. He's the proper musician in the band.
That's good. Any idea what the next single is going to be? Or not to get it all?
Well, I don't know what the next single's going to be, but we know the single in the UK and the rest of the world is High and Dry at the moment.
Yeah.
So that might well be the second single. It'll almost certainly be a single over here, but there's...
Really?
Yeah, definitely. There's Justice, Maybe in the Reckoning,
Bones,
Bends, whatever.
Black Star, Street Spirit.
I think what we quite like to do is like have a bit of an up-tempo single next time, because this is kind of melancholic and it's nice and it's... But
I think at least 5 singles.
Yeah, do Michael Jackson on this album.
Well, actually 12 would be better.
Why not?
Why not?
Is there a video for it over there yet? Or?
For High and Dry?
Yeah.
David Mould did it. We filmed it out in the same week that we did the Fake Plastic Trees out in LA, just in the place where they filmed, a place called Vasquez Rocks, where they did the Flintstones, filmed the Flintstones, and Bill and Ted's was there. And, you know, the park ranger, being an LA park ranger, was giving directorial tips. He knew, you know, I mean, he doesn't just water the trees. He, you know, he says, we get some great shots over here and here, nice angle down there. So, yeah, and they rain on us and stuff like that. So it's a performance-based video. It's totally different from Jake's.
Okay, well, that'd be good in case we get those. So you want to just tell us what the touring situation is? How long it's going to go on?
He knows. I
always know. We're coming over at the end of May and through June. And we're doing like club tour throughout the States, and we're then going over to Japan for 2 weeks, and then we'll be coming back. Basically, I mean, up from sort of end of May onwards, we'll be doing at least 2 tours over here. through to The Fall and stuff like that.
Actually, if certain people had their way, I think it'd be about 6 or 7.
6 or 7 tours up until the end of the year.
And we record the next album at weekends.
All right.
Lunch breaks.
Can you do some IDs for us?
Oh, yes.
Great. Unless there's anything I missed that you feel like you want to talk about.
No. Oh, don't. No.
Okay, I can count you for this. 120-minute ID, take 1 in 5, 4, 3.
Hi, we're Radiohead, and you're watching 120 Minutes on MTV.
Music, television.
You know what? I'm sorry, can we do that one again?
Yeah.
Do you want to say your names?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't know who it was going to be, so I didn't put names in.
120 ID, take 2 in 5, 4, 3.
You start.
This is Tom.
And this is Ed. We're Radiohead, and you're watching 120 Minutes on MTV.
Music, television.
Alternative Nation ID, take 1.
I'll do Kennedy, you can do the rest.
Okay.
In 5, 4, 3.
You know what? You want to say we're from Radiohead?
Okay.
Instead of we're. Yeah.
Okay.
We're from Radiohead. Where's
We're
that?
from Radiohead. Warwick.
Radiohead.
In 5, 4, 3.
Hi, we're Radiohead.
And you're watching Alternative Nation with
Kennedy.
You know what? Can you just
the names.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Say we're from Radiohead.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we are. Yeah, we're not
Introduce-
actually all Radiohead.
Okay.
Take 2 in 5,
I'll do
4,
we're Radiohead.
Okay.
3.
We're Radiohead.
And you're watching Alternative Nation with Kennedy.
Can we do that again?
We're
please?
from.
We're from. Oh yeah.
Say your
yeah.
name.
Just say our names.
Yeah.
Your
sorry.
names, and then we're from Radiohead.
Yeah. You wouldn't thought we got degrees, would you? Yeah.
5, 4, 3.
I'm Tom.
I'm Ed,
We're from Radiohead.
and you're watching Alternative Nation with.
Kennedy.
Okay. And can we just do the 121?
Yeah.
Like that
Okay,
one time?
what's
So
the
they say
20-minute
we're-
ID?
Just say we're from.
Okay.
In 5, 4, 3.
Hi, we're from Radiohead. I'm Tom. He's Ed.
And you're watching 120 Minutes on MTV.
Great. Thanks, guys.